Hello and welcome to an example of Perl programming, and I want to introduce you to a concept where you write a hash with a hash reference as the values. So this can be, for example, quite become handy if you want to just use the associative variable type hash, but you just as values you just don't want to have a scalar, but you want to have another list of associative list of different variables as well, and you want to use the whole list quite associatively, and this is corresponding more or less to a readout from tables as a human would do it. So let's consider the following examples. You would have a hash of restriction enzymes, and we use the very well-known restriction enzymes EcoR1, which has the recognition site GAA-TTC, and the restriction endonuclease BAMH1, which has the recognition site GGATCC, and this is very conventionally added, this associative hash, and you can, with the name of the restriction enzyme, you can access immediately the respective restriction site. So that's very easy to do, but now let's consider a more complicated example where you want to have another list of associative values as well as values of the hash. So you start basically the same way. You just add the name of the restriction enzyme, and this now is added value. As value is added a reference to a hash. So this you do by adding the curly brackets, and then you just write down the hash association of the values just as you are used to. So here we write for the site the same value GAA-TTC, and we add another value, another key value pair, which is the heat inactivation capabilities of this enzyme, and we add here for the heat inactivation capability no for EcoR1. So this would be it for a single value, but this is, of course, it's not what you want, but you want additional enzymes in this hash of hashes. So you add another value key pair. So then the next key would be BAMH1, and this key specifies also a value which is a reference on a hash. So here you can specify the values for site again. With for BAMH1 is GGATCC, and the heat inactivation which is yes. So let's just finish this hash of hashes, and now let's see what you get if you want to print out the values from this associative list associated with the enzyme names. So we print the tag for new paragraph just to have a nice printout, and then we just print out the enzyme data for EcoR1. And also the enzyme data for with a line break in between, and also the enzyme data for BAMH1. So that's it. It's now let's look what you get. This is another paragraph just to have a nice separation later on, and you see that you get not the content of the variables, but you get hash references as a printout. So how do you now associate the restriction site or the heat inactivation capabilities of these enzymes? This is you print out the enzyme data as you're used to from, say, BAM-H1, and then you refer to the content of the hash just by this arrow, and you have to specify which key within the reference you would like to use, which is in this case is heat. So let's check the printout. And the answer is yes. So the heat inactivation capabilities of BAM-H1 is yes, as we have entered. So let's check another few examples. So we add here site, and the output should be GATCC, and this is exactly what we get. We can change the enzyme name to EchoR1, and we should get the site GATCC, and this is exactly what we get. So thanks a lot.